I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to the 2016 North American PRRS Symposium. Thank you for your attendance and early arousal this morning. I'm Tom Fangman. I'm a professional service veterinarian for Boehringer Ingelheim, and I'll be monitoring the session this morning on behalf of BI. On behalf of BI, we're glad you could join us for this year's program, and the name of the program is Building on the Best Practices of PRRS Control. We're going to spend a lot of time talking about PRRS, and as you can tell from the meeting agenda, we have a highly program in store for you. We're featuring presentations from several of the industry's most knowledgeable PRRS researchers and swine veterinarians. They'll be covering advances in field-applicable PRRS research, what's new with PRRS around the world, and additional evidence of systemic PRRS control. Thank you. Before I introduce our first set of speakers, I would like to encourage you to use a text-to-question. I'd like to give Dr. Morrison credit for this. I saw this first at Lehman, where in just a few moments on a screen there on either side of the room, you're going to see a texting number and maybe some instructions on how to send your questions into this text format. And we'd encourage you, as questions arise, to take advantage of that service. And then as we conclude prepare for our break, we'll make an opportunity to work through those questions and hope to get as many of your questions answered as we can. We want this to be your meeting. So please take advantage of that text service. Give us just a couple more minutes to get those numbers up here, and then when you see those, be prepared to submit your questions. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce kind of a set of our first two speakers that are going to come to the podium here. First, Dr. Bob Morrison. Many of you know Dr. Morrison is a professor at the University of Minnesota Swine Group. He leads the Swine Health Monitoring Project, which is a volunteer program involving 30 production systems and approximately 1,000 sow herds. The Swine Health Monitoring Project team collects, analyzes, and reports trends in swine health data with the long-term goal of giving the industry the capacity to voluntarily respond to an emerging pathogen. In this presentation, Dr. Morrison will provide an update on the program. As Dr. Morrison approaches the podium, he'll also be assisted by Dr. Carlos Valental. And Carlos is a postdoc working with the Veterinary Population Department of the University of Minnesota. He gained his DVM in Barcelona in 2000 and worked for 7 years as a field clinician. Then Dr. Carlos went on to the university to gain his PhD in clinical pharmacology in 2014. He's worked in all stages of the pig industry, from the production side to the slaughterhouse. So please help me welcome to the podium Dr. Bob Morrison.